this time, but I am betting that maybe it'll go longer than 30. So we'll just
I will do my best. I've got my mom here filming for me, and she can watch time as well.
Oh, good. Those can watch recording. I just got a thing. Okay. So I don't think Rhonda has zoomed us in yet, right?
I don't know. I saw it said the recording's in progress, so.
I'm here.
Oh, you're there, Rhonda? Excellent.
Yeah, but I'm trying to figure out okay, I'm the Aquatic Center. So you don't get to see me because I'm on my computer trying to figure it out. So yeah.
Oh, all right. So if anybody else out there wants to show us your face,
There we go.
we would love to see faces. Hi, Rhonda. So we've got Rhonda, who is the supervisor at the Aquatic Center, been there for many years. Amy, who's hosting kind of this virtual event, nutrition class. And she's also been at the Aquatic Center for many years teaching our aquatic fitness classes. And I'm Sherry. I've been at the Aquatic Center for maybe 12, 13 years, not as long as those two. And I'm in charge of the Get Fit program. I'm the one that you're going to be getting emails from and giving you your cheerleading tips. And hopefully you will enjoy this next 6 weeks. Well, I know you'll enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. It's our 8th event. We started in the spring of 2018, and we try to do about 3 of them each year. We didn't during COVID. We only had 1 that year, but we're back again. And I don't know about you all, but I'm still feeling effects of COVID. It's just trying to always wake up in the morning and do the right thing to keep our body healthy, to keep those around us energized. And it's exciting. Those of you who are on, don't know how many or have joined yet and who's joined, but I looked at the list this morning and we've got families and couples and older folks and younger folks. So we've got a wide gamut of participants this year. We've got some good prizes, but we'll talk about the Get Fit program just a little bit later. I'm going to go ahead and turn the time over to Amy, unless Rhonda, do you want to say anything? Okay. Amy has the theme and she's got lots of great ideas for us. So let's do it.
All right. Let's go. The other way. Okay. So I was thinking of ideas for this event and I wasn't quite sure what to do. And I kept asking class members, what should we do? And then Rhonda said, well, we advertise it as a tailgate party. So I'm like, perfect idea.
Amy, we can't hear you.
It's a little bit sketchy.
There we go.
All right. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Is it echoey or what's the issue?
You sound really far away.
It was just kind of in and out.
Okay. I will talk loud.
Okay.
Anyway, tailgating. The issue I had is, I'll be honest, I've never been to an official tailgate party, just ones that I've thrown for my kids and family. And so we probably eat a little differently than regular tailgatings. So I asked around and I asked people, I said, so when you think of tailgate food, what do you think of? And I got lots of different answers. I got unhealthy, I got delicious, I got fun. Finger food was a huge one that lots of people said. So I kind of am focusing on that. Finger food. What was the other ones? Anyway, lots of different answers, but that was the big one was unhealthy and finger food. So what we want to try and do is tailgate fun with the finger foods, but a little bit healthier. So with that said, can you hear me okay now? Okay. A few things that I wanted to kind of focus on is when you're doing something fun like this, you want to make sure that you're not depriving yourself of like favorites that you would normally have at a barbecue or a tailgate. So trying to take kind of our basic turn and twist onto those old-fashioned favorites and make them just slightly healthier. So one of the things that I thought about is hamburgers and hot dogs are huge at tailgating parties, finger foods, of course. And so with barbecuing, if you have the option of a chicken burger versus a hamburger, a grilled chicken is going to be a lot less calories than your typical hamburger of the same protein size. So if you have an option, go that way. The other awesome thing that people don't always think about with grilling, but you can grill so many vegetables. Corn on the cob, granted mine are not grilled right now, I just have it sitting out, but grilled corn on the cob, if you haven't tried it, you should definitely try it. It just brings that sweetness, yumminess out. Any of your garden variety vegetables you can grill. Fruits, we grilled pineapple, we grilled peaches before. Probably one of my children's favorite grills that we do is we do kebabs. And if you're having a party, you can even do it, especially children, but adults too. If you have a kebab party, just get some sticks, these are itty bitty ones. You can also get the longer ones as well. But take the kebab sticks and you can just get whatever you want. I've got a lot of different varieties here. I've got some zucchini, you just put them on there. You can go with always onions. Onions are like one of my favorites when it comes to grilling. Pineapple chunks, fresh pineapple is amazing. Some peppers. And I even did these, cut up some nectarines. Really good to grill if you haven't ever tried them. Mushrooms, if you're a mushroom fan, they work really good on the grill. You can make them as pretty as you want. And if you're serving a party, like I say, always have some vegetables available. Those are really low calorie, high nutrient rich foods that are so good for you. These are out of my garden, these tomatoes. Oh, these are like seriously. But tomatoes were great for grilling. The tomatoes, these are really good. Just so you know, I'm making my own lunch for when we're done here. So I'm gonna get them to eat, grill them up when we're done. Oh, I had a random fruit. I have to show you this. I don't know if you can see this. This is kind of the outside. It was like a little yellow ball. Wasn't quite sure what it was. I thought it was a squash in the garden, but it smells cucumberish. I've never tried grilling one of them, but I'm gonna guess it's a lemon cucumber. Have you ever heard of those? Anyway, they work really good. Oh, I've got apples here too. Grilled apples, just as well. All right, so kebabs, great. Let your kids make their own, let your guests make their own. Great way to add those extra fun parts of a tailgate without adding the extra calories. Now, moving back to our calorie foods, and I'm just going to talk about, I've got this written up. I'll give it to Rhonda so she can mail it out or put it on Facebook. But stadium fairs, you have the tailgate party beforehand, but then you go to the games, and there's always the concession stands. And if you're like my family, my kids are always like, Mom, can I have $5? I want to go get this or that or whatever there is. And that's half the fun of being at a ball game. Stadium fair, food fair has come a lot farther than it used to be. They offer a lot more than just peanuts and Cracker Jacks now. You've got things that have kind of moved towards that healthier place, so there's healthier options. But when people go to a game, they typically
Amy?
want. Yes.
Sorry to interrupt, but we can't understand you again.
All right, let me see. If I hold my phone, can you hear me better? Yes? Okay. I'm sorry, I will do my own.
Sorry, I muted myself.
Yes. Okay. I will hold my own phone and talk. Please ask questions or whatever you need to. Forgot where is that? Oh, so when you're at the stadium and you want to purchase foods at the stadium, we're not saying don't ever do it, but if you're there, there are some kind of easier choices you can make. Sometimes when you get there, you don't want to go order a mixed green salad if the guy next to you is eating a foot-long hot dog, right? It's tough to choose that mixed green salad when everybody else is eating all that fun stuff. So there's a guy, his name is David Bretto. He's a spokesperson for the American Dietetic Association. He says, go ahead and eat those foods, but go in with a game plan. So we're going to talk about the game plan and how different game foods kind of measure up. I'm going to turn around. I feel bad, like I'm talking and you can't see me. So some of the things that we have on here is your Cracker Jacks. If you want Cracker Jacks, not a horrible choice. It's about 120 calories for one box of Cracker Jacks. It's sweet, has a little bit of protein in it with your nuts. And maybe one of your smarter choices to make if you're craving something sweet. We talked a little bit about the difference between a chicken sandwich versus a hamburger. A grilled chicken sandwich has 310 calories compared to about 550 to 600 calories in a basic hamburger. Your hot dog. Now, here is the fun part about hot dogs. If you're ordering one, it's like a bun-length hot dog, 300 calories for that hot dog with the bun. Where you're gonna get stuck is your toppings that you choose to put on it. Mustard, awesome. Hardly any calories in mustard. Great choice versus ketchup. If you're a sauerkraut fan, sauerkraut is awesome. I am not a sauerkraut. Let me show you this one. And I have this recipe too that I'll get to Rhonda to give to you. We've got, so right here, this is one of my favorite recipes. I don't know if you can see if it looks good in the bowl or not. This is a cucumber mango relish. It is the best thing ever in my mind to eat. Eat that without the hot dog because it's that good. It also works great with your chips. You can dip chips in it. I've put it on top of vegetables before as kind of a relish or a salsa to dip in. Let's see. Okay, next one on my list is nachos. Nachos, this is gonna be a crazy one it shocked me. So a 4-ounce serving, that's about 6 to 8 cheesy nachos, will cost you about 342 calories. That's huge. But if you substitute salsa for your cheese, you're going to tip those scales down a little bit. So anytime you're eating those foods that you really want, but you know they're not that great, think of ways that you can make them just a tiny bit healthier. Popcorn. Oh, this is another one that totally blew me away when I was researching. Popcorn, generally a good smart snack, right? 5 cups of fat-free microwave popcorn or air pop popcorn is about 155 calories for that. Stadium popcorn is an enemy in disguise. At Yankee Stadium, 4.5 cups of buttered popcorn is 1,484 calories. Huge difference, right? Crazy. So if you're going to go the popcorn route, maybe like hide your own little popcorn in under your bag as you go in. I don't know. But Rhonda suggested this, and I thought it was a great idea. I've done this before, and so many options. I'll have her tell you about what she found on it, but so many ways you can look here, spicing up your fruits, your vegetables, and your popcorn, whatever you want. This one right here is a really great one. This is tahini. It's kind of a chili, lemon, lime sprinkling. Really great. You can put it on corn, you can put it on vegetables, you can put it on meats, you can put it on popcorn. I really love, Mrs. Dash has a lot of different, this is a lemon pepper, but she has a lot of different varieties of seasonings that are no salt, which is awesome, but they have a lot of great flavor to them. This is one of my favorites too. And I don't know if you can tell, it's just dill, but it's freeze dried. And I don't know why or what the difference is, but freeze dried dill is so much more flavorful to me than your basic dried dill. It just is amazing. And it's got such a pretty color. I don't know if you can see that through the bottle, but it's just like a really pretty green. The Creole, he likes everything hot and spicy. So he puts like Creole seasoning on everything. And you can buy, this is his, it's his really bold one. There's another one that's a Creole seasoning that's not quite so spicy. Popcorn, you guys have probably seen these in the store, different popcorn flavorings. This is a ranch one, really great. So great low-cal alternatives to putting lots of butter on your popcorn or your vegetables or your fruits. So try some of those, see how you like them. They make for a really great treat. My last one on my list of stadium food that I wanted you to just kind of think about and be aware of is it's the super big soft pretzel, and really good. I'm a lover of the soft pretzel, but they're about 350 calories. And if you think about what's in them, there is really little to no nutritional value in it. It's just a bunch of white bread. And then if you add, the dipping sauces that people put them in, whether it's nacho cheese or honey mustard or barbecue, you're just adding more sugar into that already non-nutritive food. So anyway, the whole point is choose wisely. If you order something large, share with a friend, and then fill up on healthier choices before you go to the game. All right. Any questions so far?
No, but I was going to tell you about those other seasonings. There's a place called flavorgod.com, and they have like cinnamon rolls. They have pizza flavoring. They have chocolate flavoring. They have your normal teriyaki, all those lemon pepper, all those regular ones, but they have a whole bunch of different ones that you can put on popcorn, or you can put on, your other vegetables or whatever, and they have 0 calories.
That is Flavor Gods. I like that. Flavorgods.com. I'm going to have to check it out.
Amy, I was curious, what is the salt content on some of those things that that last one, that ranch one? Is there a lot of salt in it?
I think a lot of it depends. Like I said, Mrs. Dash, the nice thing about her is she is salt-free. So I do like hers. Let's see, salt on the sodium on the ranch flavor one is 75 milligrams. So it's about 3% of your daily sodium intake.
That's not bad. Okay.
Yeah, not too bad. Yeah, and obviously like your dill, the fresh dill, it's just plain dill. There's nothing in that one. Yeah, and I'm curious about the tahini now because it's one of my favorites. Oh, it has a lot more. It's 190 milligrams, so about 8% of your sodium intake. So if you're watching sodium, great idea, Sherry. Make sure you watch your labels for those. And I would say for any time whether you're cooking or adding to your food, always check labels. Labels checking is key to helping you stay on target with what your health plans and weight loss goals are.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Any other questions? Or tell us ideas that you have, because I went through that really fast apparently. But I would love to hear any ideas that you have that you do tailgating that are way fun. You want to keep it cool summer foods that are usually finger foods.
Amy, I have a question. When you do, you do the vegetables, and do you add the meats at the same time, or do you do the vegetables on one and meat separately because they cook differently? Right.
Great question. I'm glad you brought that up, Lucy. With kebabs, I've done both. Let me tell you, I like to do seafood. A lot of mine is I love scallops and shrimp. Those are probably two of my favorite things to put on kebabs, and they cook really quickly. Excuse me. So if I'm doing the seafood with them, a lot of times I will cook them the same time with my vegetables because I like my vegetables a little al dente. Mm-hmm. But yeah, usually if I'm doing grilling like chicken or beef. And depending on how big, one thing I do with mine, I kind of tend to chop my meat a little bit tinier for my kids. And I know I have some kids that put nothing but meat on their kebabs, and some that put like one little tiny piece of meat on it and that's all they want. But yeah, you definitely want to make sure that you're in that safe zone of grilling meats.
Okay.
One other thing I was going to say about that, I'm glad you brought that up. I had more to say about kebabs. Talking about these seasonings that we season stuff with, I am a big fan of marinating my meat or sprinkling it in some kind of a rub or a seasoning to put on the meat before you do kebabs. It just adds so much flavor to it. And that flavor kind of like melds in with your veggies as well.
Oh, good idea. Yeah. A lot of times I get tired of putting the kebabs or the meat and the vegetables on a stick. So and everybody just pulls them off anyway.
Yeah, right.
Serve them. So a lot of times I use a saute pan on my grill that just has the holes, and I do like the vegetables or like the meats first and put them off the side, and then do the vegetables and then throw it all together.
It's a great idea. That's a great idea.
Yeah, that is.
I like to do smoked sausage too.
Oh, that would be good. Careful with your I mean, I love sausage. If you're looking for healthier choices, just be aware that sausage is as great as it tastes. Most sausage does have a high fat content in it and also sodium as well.
True. Yep.
I was gonna say, I like your method of kebabbing because it's so much easier. I have children, unfortunately, though, and putting things on the stick is half the fun. And then I always am worried they're going to skewer their throats because they literally try to eat them off of the sticks half the time.
Yeah.
I know wings is a big tailgating food. Do you have suggestions on a healthy wing?
You know, I'm not a wing fan. My husband loves them. And I will tell you right now, you can buy like buffalo sauce, like pre-bottled. I don't know what the salt content of it is, probably depending on what brand you buy. But most of those are really low in fat and sugar, believe it or not. So great choices if you want to flavor your wings. And again, it comes down to, I don't know, for me, there's just not much to a wing. So I'm not a fan of it because I'm like, I feel like I spend more time picking the like 3 little bites of meat off of bones. But yeah, I would just definitely find some seasonings, find some rubs, go wild on Google, trying to just look up recipes. That's half of my fun is trying new things and looking up recipes.
On Google and Pinterest.
Go ahead, Johnny.
On Google and Pinterest, there's also recipes to make buffalo flavored cauliflower, and it's cooked. But I've never tried it because I'm not a huge fan of wings either. But I know it's cauliflower. It's not chicken or pork or anything like that. But that's something that maybe you could try too. So.
Yeah, great
I don't
idea.
like chicken on the bone either. So I like the boneless, but I mean, I'm not a cook. So can you make boneless wings without the breading?
So you know what, I would, if it was me and I was going to do that, I would go, you can buy tenderloins that are the boneless meat, or you could even buy just chicken breasts and cut them up into chunks. And you could bread them if you wanted, but if you get a really good rub and maybe just add, instead of like the whole like deep fried kind of breading, even do like a crumb base, like some breadcrumbs, seasoned breadcrumbs to roll them in. So you kind of get that breaded feeling, but it's not quite as heavy calorically as your deep fried ones would be.
I love the idea of the cauliflower because we're seeing more and more like cauliflower type rice, and they make a cauliflower pizza. So it's gluten-free over at Tom's Pizza using cauliflower for the crust. And I love cauliflower. So I think we need to do more vegetables.
Yeah, I want to try some of the cauliflower recipes too. I'm not a good cook at all. I know how to cook. I can follow a recipe and stuff, but I'm very unorganized in my own home, and so I hardly spend any time in the kitchen. And I feel kind of bad for my girls because when my husband leaves for military service and he's gone for a really long time, the girls celebrate not just not just his return, but yay, daddy's home. Now we can eat real food.
Oh, Joni, I am right there with you. I have to tell you a funny little story from my life. So my husband was deployed for a year and a half when I had 5 kids under the age of 8. And life was crazy. And I can tell you, there were times that literally dinner was, I bought a watermelon and I served cheese and crackers with a watermelon.
Mhm.
And that was
Oh,
dinner.
yeah, actually, that sounds really tasty
Yeah.
to me. I can
And it
do
was-
stuff like that.
Enjoy those times, because I'll be honest, one of the best parts about having dad gone is you don't feel like you have to do this huge big meal with a chunk of meat and potatoes all the time. Like my husband's very much a meat and potatoes guy. So I'm like, when he's gone, I'm like, oh, we can have al fresco a lot more.
That's great. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, one of the
Yeah.
things that you said about not being organized, that is one of our weekly challenges for the Get Fit this month, or this fall season, is each day you're supposed to organize some kind of space. So maybe you can organize your meals
Oh,
for the
nice.
week or something like that.
Yes,
So,
I start school on Monday, so that was
aha,
getting a spot ready for me to do my homework and stuff would be a good
That's
that's a
great.
good one.
good way to start. So, do
Yep.
you
And-
do you
and
guys have a Facebook page that I just saw this event posted through the Facebook events, but I haven't really looked much more into
Yeah,
what
we will,
what you all do.
we will be posting ideas on the event page, also on our West East Aquatic Center Facebook page. And then we'll get an email at least once a week with different ideas that Sherry will send to you, or recipes that we find. If you have any you'd like to share, please send them to us. We love to share them with everyone.
Okay, thank you.
And hey, one other thing, Joni, I was just going to tell you, as far as like staying organized meal wise, one thing that really helps me, I'll show you right now. This one is one that we just emptied out, but I have a bunch of clear containers, and fruits, like I say, fruits and vegetables are huge at my house. Not my kids, but I want them to be. So I will prep vegetables and fruits like once a week, and I will just get like a whole bunch of carrots and chop them up, cucumbers that I will peel and slice, celery, radishes, jicama, whatever it is, so that I have those things ready and available so my kids can just reach into the fridge and grab out what they want. And that's
Does
really
that work
helpful.
for husbands too?
What's that?
Does that work for husbands too?
Unfortunately, he chooses not to eat vegetables as much, but I think it's a great idea.
But if you have them in the fridge available, then it's easier to find those than it is to find something that's not healthy. So,
Right, right. Yeah,
Okay.
and the same thing with fruits. I mean, you can't pre-cut too many fruits, but like a pineapple, like that I had for today, you can easily cut up a pineapple and put it away. Berries, we love berries, and a lot of times I'll take the berries and just wash them as soon as I buy them. Just kind of pat them dry so they're not wet, and then put them away in the clear containers.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I think you can really do the same thing in your pantry too. Not buying the big bags of chips and things that are crazy, not good for kids, not good for anybody, but buying like the I think they're called nut thins. Maybe buying any commercial foods that you have to buy that are quick. Just put them in the pantry so they're at good level. But it's hard probably not to eat the whole box. So maybe you could do the same thing as Amy did and just put them in those clear containers. Because I think we're not just doing the Get Fit Challenge for ourselves. We're doing it for our children too, our grandchildren, and having them make good choices. I know there's a few of you listening or that will hear this later recording, wondering about the Get Fit Challenge. And Amy, go ahead and just pipe in here. We may have just a few more minutes to talk about your class as well, but I want to go right into the Get Fit Challenge. It's not just about the eating. It's about, like Rhonda said, week 1, our challenge to do every day is organize your space. And it can be different. It can be organize your kitchen space, your office space, your food storage space, whatever space you decide to do that day. It's going to be a fun challenge. We haven't ever done that one. Another fun one that we have never done was write in a gratitude journal. So I would maybe right away here, just figure out a little notebook or a journal and think of things that you're grateful for. And then in week 6, if you write down something every single day, you get points and you get put in a drawing at the end of the week for great prizes. So it's kind of fun to not just do this as a weight loss incentive, but you're also doing it for social, intellectual, physical, mental, everything. And it's going to happen all 6 weeks. And another thing, Rhonda, this was her idea, and I really love it. We've always had 1 week where you get to come to the pool for free and take any of our classes or lap swimming, and you don't pay. Well, this time it's every single week. Isn't that exciting? You can come to the pool every week. So like the first week, it's open for lap swimming. So you can't take the class for free, but the week 1, starting on Monday, well, I guess Sunday, we're open on Sundays, aren't we, Rhonda? 1 to 6.
We are. And I'm gonna send you guys a pass in your email, but you probably won't get that till Monday because I don't think I'm gonna be at work. I might be able to find somebody to send it to everyone, but it's your pass that you need to bring with you when you come in. But you can take a picture of it on your phone and you bring it in and you just show it and they'll let you in for free. So.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
And so if it were me doing it as a patron, I would be in there every single day lap swimming. And I don't love to lap swim because I'm a beginner swimmer, but I would lap walk, I would lap exercise, and our hours are on the website. So anytime you can get that. And then the week 2 is flex and stretch class. So look at the website, find out when those classes are. And every week you get to do those classes.
You get a different class each week.
Yeah, different one each week. What other new thing did we do this time, Rhonda? Let's look and see. I'm looking.
One of the
Sorry.
weekly challenges is to read a self-help book 30 minutes a day for a week.
30 minutes. That's hard for me to read. I don't sit. So I'm going to do that while I work in my garden. I'm going to use an audiobook. That's okay, isn't it? All right.
Sure, I'm good with that. I will my sons have done that as part of one of their weight loss challenges and fitness challenges they've done. So I'm going to get a list of different self-help books and give them to you so you can have some ideas.
Oh, that's a great idea. I don't know if those of you who've done this before, we've got a lot of participants that have done this before and they're doing it again. That means it must work for them and they like it. So we have changed, instead of doing the climb 10 flights of stairs just as a weekly challenge, it has to be done every day. Every day. Are you excited? You can do it. The key to losing weight is input, output, right? So you have to make sure you is that the right word? Input, output. What you take in your body, you have to exercise for. So the walking 2,000 steps is only for 5 days. You only count for 5 days, but the climbing 10 flights is every day, and it's for 6 weeks. And you can do it. Another change that we did, we didn't put vegetables on one line and fruits on the other line. You have to do it all. So 3 vegetable helpings, 2 fruit helpings every day. And the vegetables have been hard for everybody. So guess what? This isn't an easy challenge. This is a difficult challenge for that little part of you too. And a vegetable helping is half a cup. And that's not very big. And there's a million different kinds of vegetables out there. Jicama. So Amy said something about jicama. That probably is my favorite vegetable of all time. And I get it in Mexico every day. Here you can find it. Winco has it. I'm sure other grocery stores do too. Do any of you have any questions on the Get Fit Challenge? Since most of you have already done it before, I
have questions.
Yeah.
I haven't done it yet, but I'm really interested in doing it with you guys because my health is just not the greatest right now. And one reason why I was interested in watching your feed was because I just want to get my health back on track and stuff. But is there any way that somebody can add me to your group, or how does that work exactly? Like, I don't really know what to do.
So you haven't actually signed up for the program yet. Oh,
No,
definitely.
I
There's
haven't.
2 ways you can sign up. The easiest is come into the Aquatic Center and sign up right there at the front desk.
In Idaho Falls.
Yes, but we have people that don't live in Idaho Falls. We actually have, I think, one in Wyoming, a couple in Utah that are part of our group, if you want to say, and they just sign up online. Go to idahofallsidaho.gov, www.idahofallsidaho.gov,
Forward
and then
slash registration.
/registration. Yeah.
Forward slash registration, and it'll take you right to our registration page. And then you'll click on other, or in the search bar, type in Get Fit, and it'll bring you right up to it. And then you can just register from online with a credit card. It's $10. And we'd love to have you.
Thank you.
Where do you live?
I live in Rexburg.
Oh, okay.
Oh, great.
Perfect.
How many stairs is 10 flights of stairs? Because we've
one-
got the,
Up and down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one flight's like 8 to 10.
okay. I can do that over at the BYUI's
Any
I'll
of their
just
building.
I'll just go
right?
on campus somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or if you're in an apartment building or something, and you only have like 3 steps up to your your house, just go 3 times 3 times 3 and just multiply. And so you don't have to go somewhere. You can stay at home and do but you also are walking 10,000 steps 5 times a day. So get yourself a little pedometer, a little app on your phone that calculates. And you're walking, all over with kids all the time. So it's not like you have to do it all in one sitting.
And you're going to school, right?
I'm doing the pathway program online, so I'm not
Okay.
like up at the college, but I do need to get out and walk. My doctor kind of commanded me to get out and walk more. So
Okay.
Yeah.
And one other thing we've added this time, and it's all this is on you doing it, and we trust everybody that turns their stuff in. But if you would like to earn some additional points, you can take a picture of yourself at the beginning, and I suggest take it from the front and from the side. And then but it's for you don't have to post it anywhere. And then at the end, do it again and see if you see any differences. Sometimes you don't lose weight, but you lose inches. Sometimes you just get a better glow because you're eating healthier. So that's one of the challenges we have this time, is to take a picture at the beginning and the end. You score a few extra points, but it's all just for you.
okay, thank you.
And I love how you added the glow, because I know when I eat better, and I have a sister that's quite overweight, when she starts eating better and getting more sleep, one of the challenges, get 7 hours of sleep every night. When she does that, oh my goodness, her glow is just radiant. Her eyes look healthy. Everything looks better. And so those of you who haven't done it before, when you register, if you haven't registered, you can download the chart that tells you each week what you do. And there's some weekly challenges, and then there'll also be additional surprise challenges. So check your email every day, because I'll be giving you some surprise challenges. And there's prizes every week. And at the end, we'll have big grand prizes, and hopefully we'll get maybe first and second runner up too. We'll see about that.
And also, if you have any questions during the program, you can email us at getfit@idahofallsidaho.gov, and either Sherry or I, and maybe Amy, will be able to answer your questions along the way.
Yeah. So are there any more questions now? Okay. We're so glad you guys joined us, and this will be videoed, so we'll put it on the Facebook page, right, Rhonda?
Yeah, if I can figure out how to do it again.
Well, we've taken a minute to
I am
figure
not a
it
tech
out.
person.
Ashley does it for us, or somebody at the
Yeah.
pool. All right.
And thank you,
Okay.
Amy. I appreciate you taking the time to teach us a little bit about staying healthy through this fall tailgating season.
No problem. And I will get my notes and recipes to you as well. So you've got those to post for everybody.
Awesome.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Dennis. Thanks, Amy. Thanks,
Any other
Hey.
questions?
Rhonda.
I have a question. I'm Esther Carlson's daughter, and she said she registered me this week, but I haven't had anything on my email yet.
I will get on my, the website and see, and if not, I will make sure you get an email to you.
Okay, thank you. I think she put my email address on the registration. It just hasn't come yet.
Perfect. I will, I'll make sure. And, if you don't get it today, will you look in your spam? Because it'll come from, a website that I don't think it says Idaho Falls on it, so it might send it to your spam.
Okay,
So check there. If not, if you don't get it, email us or call the pool and I'll make sure I send it again. But I will go on right after I'm done and get that sent to you.
all right.
And you're Carol, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's so good to see what you look like, Carol. I've been emailing you for some of the other challenges, and it's good to see, put a face with a.
It's a really good program to motivate yourself to stay healthy.
I'm
And
glad.
one
you
of our
like-
winners is on here too. She's not showing her face, but she was our first winner. She won a, oh my gosh, what are they called? The watches that
Oh, Fitbit.
Fitbit. Yeah, our very first one, Esther won, and she won a Fitbit. So, yeah. So I'm excited. I'm glad everybody's interested in doing it again, and I'm hoping that it helps people out.
And tell your friends, we still have room for others to join.
Hello, Esther.
It's just great. Tell your friends to sign up. And if any of you who've done it before have any tips or recommendations for anything, surprise challenges, this time I've got some ideas, but we haven't figured them out totally, or even things that work for you, just email us. Okay, I think
I
we're
have a
done.
quick question, Sherry. I have a friend who is signing up for your boot camp.
Oh, yeah.
And, I was telling her about this. Now, you said that's going to be free, like each week is going to be something different. Like the lap swimming is 1 week, but not the rest of the weeks. Flex and stretch for 1 week, but not the rest. Is that what it is?
Right.
Okay, I'll
Yes.
let her know. Then she
Yeah,
can,
boot camp is not one of them though.
I didn't, I.
Not the
figured-
free one.
Yeah.
That one is a registration class, but it covers any of our drop-in, water fitness and, the drop-in lap swim. I don't know if
but
you
there'll
got
be
your,
certain ones each week.
yeah, on your, thing that you got emailed to you yesterday, hopefully you got it. It has a list of which classes are each week.
Oh, Rhonda, I never got anything yesterday.
You didn't get anything. I might not have emailed it to you, so I'll get yours emailed to you too.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
All
Appreciate it.
right.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Thanks, Amy.
Thank you.
Welcome.